Welcome to our informational series again. This week we're at the loading bench. As you can see, this is not a TV stage or set loading bench. This is my actual loading bench. What we're going to talk about today is some of our long-range bullets that we load. Keep in mind, just like anything we do on here, this is our opinion and how we do it. There's a lot of different methods and ways that people like to do this. But the foundation of this is case prep. We're going to be starting with some 28 nozzlers. Currently Nozzler is the only people making the 28 nozzler brass for it. So our brass is in good shape already. We're not going to have to trim some of those things. But even at that, we're going to show you a few of the things that we like to do. Again, this is nozzler brass for 28. This is really good brass to start with. We can show you some other things as far as our fired brass, but we want to go over some of the important things that are at least what we feel are important to do with these. These are already deburred, case mounts are chamfered, primer pockets uniformed, all the above. But one of the biggest things in case prep, or that we feel, is preparing the neck. We're going to show you how we do that. This is one of the most important things right here. Is sizing the neck. We like to have about 2/1000 neck tension on our bullet coming out. It's real important that that's light for one thing and consistent for the other. The key to all these things to do with our hand loading for our long range rounds are consistency. It needs to be something that's repeatable, and that's what's going to help you downrange. But what we do is we take this. This actually is just going to resize our neck. It has a mandrel in it that's set for 2/1000 under 28 caliber. So that's a 284 diameter, but it's 2/1000 under. That's what's going to give us the 2/1000 neck tension on these bullets. Obviously with these are pulled quite a bit. We don't crimp with this kind of round. So first thing we're going to do is run them through here. Like I said, we put a little bit of oil on this mandrel here. We're just going to drop it in. Put a cap back on. This particular expander die that's going to set our inside case mount is from Sinclair. I've actually got a depth marked on here on already, so which goes to right there. You don't want your mandrel to go too deep, so we've measured these and marked this for this particular caliber, so we know where it goes. Put a little bit of lube on your mandrel. I like doing that rather than putting it on inside of the case neck. Obviously just stick it in there and run it through the die. And that's going to set that neck tension to exactly where we want it to be. And then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, now that we've got our neck tension set on the inside, we've used the exact same mandrel. Actually, we've got one just like it. We keep one in the expander die. But in our case neck trimmer, there's actually a model for that too that's going to set that thing to the same thing. So that actually will fit on that mandrel, help keep this thing square as we trim the neck. Now all we're doing when we trim the neck is we're going to try to just even this out, take any high spots off. We don't want to thin the neck wall down too much, but we want to keep it even. And what that's going to do is when you get bullet release out of there, you're not going to have a heavy spot or a heavy side and a thin side that's going to cause it to come out. So even if we get our bullet run out perfect on it, if we've got a heavy side, it may create more tension as the bullet leaves that case neck. So having these even is very important to accuracy, or at least we feel like it. So here's how we do this. I've actually got a drill here with a universal shell holder. I like to use this rather than a prep machine. To each his own. I do most of this kind of stuff by hand. Plus you can get a higher RPM with an electric drill like this, and I'll show you why that comes in handy in just a minute. It just works like a drill chuck. I'll actually lay my drill down here to give me something as far as a stable platform, and then use my hand trimmer manually. So go something like this. If you run that thing at a higher speed, rather than putting stripes around the case neck, you can move it real slow. Run it at a high speed, you'll get a lot more even cut. What we also like to do while we're doing that, because we've got all the high spots that's even, we know the measurement is where we want on the inside. While you got it in the cup, you want them nice and shiny, we'll clean them up a little bit too. So keep that in mind. Anytime that you're going to start a reloading process, load development, whatever, one of the most important things is case neck preparation. That's what your bullet's sitting in. We've got a lot more that we can show you and that we'll talk about, but that's a good start.